Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, race fans, welcome to Evolution Racing Network's coverage of DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown Arca Series here live from Texas tonight. This is Michael Sheffield up in the booth. Alongside me tonight is David Edwards, and also have a special guest appearance here tonight by Travis Everett. Unfortunately, Craig Burns couldn't be here tonight, but we're lucky enough to have these two guys fill in. So throw it around here first. David, Texas. Arca cars, one of your favorite cars here. What do you expect tonight?
One of my favorite cars, one of my least favorite tracks. Watching these guys in practice earlier today, it looks a little loose. Expect the guys to be chasing the car, chasing that right rear. Tire wear is going to be a big thing tonight, and just see what happens here at the end of it.
Yeah, tire wear is going to be huge here. What about you, Travis? How you feeling about the race here tonight?
Yeah, looking at the practice, I think these guys will definitely have to do some tire conservation here. They're going to be hanging the tail end of it out pretty much all night, it looks like, so I think that's going to be the biggest deal for them.
Yeah, I mean, coming into here tonight we're looking at 70 laps in the Arca cars here, the first race of the doubleheader. Estimated fuel window in these cars is going to be about 56 to 60 laps. So looks like these guys are going to have to make one pit stop here. So pit strategy may come into play here tonight as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I believe they get 2 extra sets tonight. So you know, I think you're going to want tires before you want fuel. With the way these cars run, if they get a few caution laps, you might can make it on one with no stops, but you're going to be begging for tires about halfway through the way these cars look like they're handling out here tonight.
Yeah, you know, just running a little practice here earlier, you definitely loose a little bit off 1 and 2 as we see practice is winding down here. Your fastest so far during practice has been Josh Clements with a 30.82 here. Qualifying, getting ready to start. Looks like we're going to have around 12 cars in the field here tonight. So pretty decent sized field here. But, you know, one thing we see week after week here in this series is close racing, close, clean racing. Guys have a lot of respect for each other. And as we say, that practice is winding down here.
Oh, for sure. And before we get started tonight, big shout out to Craig Burns. Obviously, you know, he's normally the one up here on the mic beside you, so it looks like it takes two of us to take over his one job. So big shout out to Craig tonight. Just unable to be out here tonight, but does a heck of a job every Thursday night.
So waiting here to see who's going to be the first out on track here for qualifying. You know, this DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown Series. That only has two more races. They're rolling Daytona next, so definitely a difference in the two tracks over the next 2 weeks here.
Oh, for sure. You're going from a mile and a half to a massive super speedway. Travis, your opinions. I know I've turned a bunch of laps here. You've turned a bunch of laps here. What's your thoughts on the reconfiguration? I know we all turn laps on the old Texas. And then, just like everybody else, I think across the entire racing world, had our gripes and complaints about the new configuration. What's your thoughts on that?
I actually like either one. I think the new configuration, you're a little bit better off to be down lower in 1 and 2 compared to old configuration. A lot of room out there for you to make a mistake and gather it up too. For sure.
Sheffield, your thoughts? I mean, you know, you're one of the ones out here turning the most laps on these things. What's your thoughts on it?
I'm kind of half and half, depending on. I like the new configuration in 1 and 2 for certain parts. You know, depending on the car, or you know, definitely the temperature is going to come into play here, because you're going to have to wind that car down a lot more to get it through 1 and 2. There's a lot more turn involved. It's a wider corner. As we say that, you see the 33 now. We're watching qualify. I get a little loose there coming through 1 and 2. But you know, it kind of changes the overall effect of the track here. You know, throwing a little bit more tire strategy into play here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know there's been many times, many races you go off into one. As we see Justin here coming through 1 and 2. Looks like he's keeping it low, drifting right out there to the wall. But you know, 1 and 2 is so deceiving. It's so wide, so way up there. But if you miss the bottom, you are going backwards for sure.
Yeah, and as we're looking at qualifying right now, TJ DeBlasi is going to be at the top of the board here with a 30.92. Great qualifying lap. Justin Malarkey just moved back up to P2 here with a 31.02. Cody Dorsey right now sitting in third for qualifying. Got about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Looks like almost, about half the field has made a qualifying attempt thus far. So some of these guys might be waiting to come out, hoping maybe a little cloud cover comes over the track, cools it down, or just a little bit of shade there in one of the corners will definitely help the qualifying run.
Oh, for sure. You mentioned temperatures. I mean, let's see. Let me look at the weather over here. Yeah, I mean, your track temperature right now is 117 degrees. Running middle of the day, you know, afternoon race or noon race, it's hot and slick for sure. You know, these mile and a half, especially out here in Texas, they slip and slide. And, you know, like Travis mentioned earlier, you had the rear end hanging out all night. So, if we can get winds, might help it cool down just a little bit, but as long as that track temperature stays up there, these guys are going to be fighting a loose condition all day.
Yeah, you know, I expect it, especially, you know, notice the first couple laps, green tires is going to be loose here. I expect maybe the car should tighten up just a little bit. You know, it's going to be on entry. The cars are really going to tighten up. The exit is where you're really going to be able to spin those rear tires there. And over the long run, that's what's going to make the difference there. You know, it's going to be that corner exit speed, being able to plant the gas there, but you don't want to plant it too hard, too early, and burn those rears up.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, the ease into it, ease out of it effect. You know, you jump on and off the gas in these things, it will upset them in a heartbeat. These cars are so momentum, not say momentum, but so weight based. If you start hammering down off the corner, you're going to distribute that weight and it's going to burn them up. But you got to be easy getting into the corner as well to make sure you transfer that weight appropriately on both tires, so you're not just eating up the right front. Egg under the throttle pretty much coming out of these corners, just to make sure you're getting all the power down that you can, and not just spinning's not winning.
Yeah, and as we said, that qualifying's winding down pretty fast here. Looks like I'm showing one car on track here. I don't think they're going to be able to get a time in here, so it looks like, there we go. Johnny Barker is on track. Let's see if he'll be able to get a lap in here if it counts. His qualifying is winding down, and no, he was not able to. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, get the grid set up for you, and we'll be right back on Evolution Racing Network with the coverage here from Texas Motor Speedway.
To build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Sneed Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
All right, welcome back to Evolution Racing Network here at Texas Motor Speedway. The coverage of the Arca series, Arca cars here for the DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown. First race here of the doubleheader tonight on Evolution Racing Network. Going to take a look at your starting grid here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Your pole winner here tonight, TJ DeBlasi in that number 78 machine. Starting to his outside will be Justin Malarkey in the number 73. Starting third will be Clinton Sneed in the number 49 machine. Starting fourth will be the 42 machine of Kevin Winker. Starting fifth will be Cody Dorsey in the number 84. Starting sixth will be Rodney Griffin in the number 97.
Starting seventh is Joshua Lockwood in the 19. Outside of him in the 33 is Joshua Clemens starting eighth. Ninth, sixth car Johnny Barker. 10th and 79 of Donnie Loins. 11th and 75 of Brian Skidmore. Outside of him, the 9 of Curtis Rogers starting 12th. And starting shotgun on the field is a 24 of Evan Scott.
And that's your starting grid here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. As I mentioned earlier, coming in, there's only 2 more races here left for this season here. The second season here at DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown Arca Series. We're going to take a look at your points here in just a few moments. Trying to get the cameras all set up here now as we speak. Looks like pace car is going to be in the middle of 3 and 4 right now. On the middle of the backstretch right now.
Yeah, these guys are going through the final checks, make sure all the fans are on, switches are flipped, doing exactly what they need to do, belts pulled tight, getting ready to come around here, take the green flag for sure.
Yeah, pace car should be falling off here momentarily. TJ DeBlasi, the number 78 Furniture Row machine, is going to be your leader here, leading them to the green flag for the first of 70 laps here from Texas Motor Speedway. As we mentioned earlier, these guys will have 2 extra sets of tires in the pits. And it looks like a great start here for the front row here. TJ DeBlasi is going to lead them down into turn number 1.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see here how quick these guys get single file. We spoke earlier in the broadcast of you do not.
Yeah, it's, you expect here in turn number 1 and 2, you're going to see guys running, I suspect, the bottom and the middle lane as the run goes longer and longer. But right now, TJ DeBlasi with a good jump there, gets to a good lead here. Has already got about a little over half-second gap here back to Justin Malarkey in the 73 machine running in second. Clinton Sneed is taking third right now, but looks like he's going to have a challenge here shortly from the 42 machine of Kevin Winker. Looking at the field right now, Josh Clements is up 3 spots from his starting position here. He was one of the fastest times in practice, and we saw him get a little loose there on that qualifying lap. So already he's making his way up towards the front. Just probably a bad qualifying, or didn't get the qualifying results he wanted here. But back up front now, TJ DeBlasie's still in the lead here. Clinton Sneed now challenging for that second position on the inside of Justin Malarkey here. It's going to be neck and neck, side by side, going down the backstretch as they battle their way into 3 and 4. Now, coming into this race here, Travis, looking at 70 laps, looking at a short fuel window here, what are you thinking probably pit strategy? Yeah, undercut done correct will pay off here. You know, you just, as long as you know you've got enough to make it to the end. But, you know, the undercut works as long as not a lot of the other guys come here. You know, I'm expecting probably majority go probably about halfway. If you're able to manage a little bit of tire, undercut would work out pretty well here. As we're looking through the field, everybody seems to be pretty close up. We got a challenge here now. Looks like Josh Clements is still on the move now as he's working by fighting, battling for that 4th position now from Kevin Winker. Looks like Winker's going to be able to hold him off here as they go into turn number 1 and 2. The 33 machine of Josh Clements dives it back to the inside. Kind of running a little bit of that lane and a half, 2 lanes up here. It's going to be neck and neck coming down the backstretch. Thank you. All right, sorry
there
about
we
that.
go, guys. Now we got technical difficulties. Somebody unplugged our mic. I don't think Sheffield wanted us up here tonight, Travis. He was like, hey, we're going to be a one-man band tonight.
I guess we don't fill Craig's shoes there.
That's it. Yeah, we already got the boot. We ain't even got 10 laps, and that Sheffield's like, nope, you guys are done.
For those that don't know, we all deal with each other quite a bit here. That technical difficulty was on my behalf. Apparently, I did not hit the button there well enough, so unfortunately, I apologize for that. As we look right now, TJ DeBlasie is out to about a 3.2 second lead. And once again, I apologize here. We'll try to recap what those two guys were talking about. So, you know, as we look through the field here, we were talking about pit strategy here, and I'll kind of throw it back around here. Give us your, both of you give us your thoughts there.
Go ahead, Travis, go ahead.
I'd be looking at the undercut. I'm not sure exactly when. I'd be trying to get it in my mind right now, but if you can get that right, it'll pay dividends towards the end of the run.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And to speak on what got us on that topic was, you know, I made mention that run a few leagues with Justin Malarkey. You know, they're running all kind of together, but you got TJ DeBlasie out there to almost over now. At the time, it was a second and a half. Now it's up over 3.5 second lead. And we made mention at the beginning, at the top of the broadcast, of tire conservation and being able to save some tires, especially with these things being loose. Just wondering if he's going too hard too soon.
Yeah, as we see that, we've got a battle heating up here. You just saw Josh Clemens make his way by Justin Malarkey there. Was able to get by Kevin Winker here. So Josh Clemens is charging hard to the front. Did see, looks like the number 9 machine of Curtis Rogers is on pit road here on lap number 12 of 70. So he can make it to the end here. It's a major undercut here, but I'm not sure. Maybe he might be having a little difficulty too, so we'll have to keep an eye on that situation. But back up front, the gap now is about 3.7 seconds. Leader's last time by was a 30.92. Clinton Sneed ran a 31.07, so leader's still throwing down the fastest time. We all know Clinton here is going to conserve some here for the late run. As well as Josh Clemens and Justin Malarkey here. So we'll have to see how these varying strategies play out as the night goes on.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at Malarkey now. I'm really liking the line he's running through here and the way he's backing the corners up. I think that's going to help him out in the long run with the tires for sure.
Yeah, I went back and reviewed some of the footage from, about 10 laps ago. The 9 of Curtis Rogers caught the wall hard off of 4. I wouldn't be surprised. We're showing him in pit lane now. I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked a toe and a lot of other things out from underneath that car. I mean, he took a shot coming off of 4 and rode about half the way down the straightaway into the wall. So it's really early here. I hate it for him, but his night might be done early.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is 0 fast repairs this year, so maybe he can get some of that damage fixed, get some laps turned here. Some of these drivers, so we mentioned this is the first race of the doubleheader here tonight. You'll see some of these guys run the trucks here starting about 9:25 Eastern will be our broadcast start. And I promise I will try not to mess up the microphone once again.
We know how you truly feel about it, Sheffield.
So yeah, it promises to be an entertaining race here. Both races here tonight. As we talked about, the heat and the track temperatures and the weather conditions here at the beginning of the race. Let's take a look right now, see if we've seen really any change here. Temperatures up to 119 degrees Fahrenheit for the track temp. So it's clear weather here. It may affect pretty bad here the tire wear here tonight.
And one thing I've noticed, these guys, they don't seem to be sliding it around quite as much as they did in practice there. I know practice you're going out trying to get all you can get, so looks like they may have backed it down a little bit here for the race trim.
Yeah, for sure. You go out there and practice, figure out what you can get away with, just how hard you can push it, and what's going to be the you need it one lap kind of deal. I need one spectacular lap, but you can't have that for a race pace, especially when you got a 70 lap race. You can't be going knocking the wall down on lap 10 and ruining your night. But looks like, DeBlasi's still put down some laps. It's now up to about 3.7, 3.8. We're 18 laps into this run, and he's still putting time on these guys.
Yeah, and we'll do a quick rundown through the field here. As we just mentioned, the number 78 machine, TJ DeBlasi, as your in first place, your leader as they run. Clinton Sneed, the number 49 machine, is up to second. Josh Clemens has charged his way up to third now on that 33 machine. Fourth as they run is the number 73 of Justin Malarkey. Kevin Winker there running in fifth place in the number 42 machine. As you see a battle heating up here, looks like Justin Malarkey is going to be looking to the inside of Josh Clemens here. Unable to get down there. It looks like Clemens came down to cover that position pretty well. Running sixth right now is Cody Dorsey in the number 84. Johnny Barker in the number 6 machine is running seventh. Eighth is Rodney Griffin in the number 97. Ninth is the number 75 of Brian Skidmore. 10th is Josh Lockwood in the number 19. 11th is the number 79 of Donnie Lyons. 12th is Curtis Rogers, who David just mentioned had that damage from earlier. And right in the field is Evan Scott. Does not look like he made a start here.
Looks like we just had Clemens getting to the wall a little bit off 4 there.
Yeah, you seen that too. It looked like Malarkey got underneath him, and Winker was sawing him through, and looks like Clemens just got tight and scraped the wall there coming off 4.
Yeah, we're going to take a look here, see when he comes by the camera this time by, if we can see any damage visually on that machine here. Really don't see too much. Looks like a scrape right around the rear fender well. I can't tell if that's a scrape or if that's a graphic there.
Yeah, me and Travis were both looking out that way at that battle because Malarkey was on him coming off a 3, and Winker was trying to follow suit, and yeah, coming off a 4 there, he just got it wasn't hard contact. It was just enough to suck him up into it, and he turned down off of it and lost a little bit of momentum, but it looks like it's not hurt him too bad just yet, as Malarkey's going underneath the 49 of Clint Sneed here.
Yeah, Malarkey make his way on the 49. The 49 got a little loose up there in that high groove. Malarkey able to make the pass. That's going to put Clinton Sneed back to 3rd here. He's going to have Kevin Winker closing in here. See if he makes a move. No, he does not. 1 and 2. Winker runs kind of the higher line here. Clinton Sneed down towards the bottom. To keep an eye on this as well. But Malarkey has moved his way up to 2nd. And, you know, we were talking about Josh Clemens, a little bit of contact there in the wall. You think maybe he pushed it a little too hard, a little too early, getting back up towards the front?
Very possible. And once you get behind these cars, these other cars out here, I'm sure the air plays a game into it too. So I imagine you're going to wear the tires out a little bit more sitting there behind somebody also.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we talked earlier about some of these guys going too hard too quick, and you know, Clemens, you made mention of, he was the biggest mover through the field, and I think he's paying the price for it now, same as Clinton Sneed. You know, Malarkey was able to get to him and you know, essentially just lined him up and shot him down. I mean, he made quick work of Clinton. I even believe Kevin Winker was looking for it, got a little wide coming out of 4, not sure if he made contact, but he was way up there near it. But you know, I made mention Malarkey's really good at tire saving, and we knew that was going to be a big deal coming into tonight. So, you know, this may be finally showing of, you know, these guys are what they were able to save in the first 25 laps.
Yeah, looking now at the leader, de Blasi's got about almost a 4-second gap here. Looks like Malarkey is closing it down. Take a look at the lap times this time by here. The time by was a 32:45 for TJ de Blasi. Justin Malarkey coming in at 32:34. Clinton Sneed at 32:50. Kevin Winker at 32:43 here. So as they run right now, Malarkey is the fastest on the track, as we see Kevin Winker bringing his number 42 machine down to the inside of the 49 there. Still a battle here for 3rd, but Clinton Sneed's able to hold him off.
I've been watching this 42 here the last few laps, and he really drives this thing into turn 1 here. I'm not sure how it's going to affect the right front as we get more laps on these tires, but looks like it's paying off for him now as he's going by the 49.
Wow, you're right. He just sent that thing off into 1. He turned left, and it stuck. That was mighty impressive.
And looking behind him here, you see the 33 machine we mentioned earlier. Josh Clemens now coming under fire from the 84 machine of Cody Dorsey here. That's going to be the battle for the 5th position. Dorsey's a little inside, got a little bit of grass there, might affect his speed here. Looks like Clemens is going to be holding him off. Whoop, nope. Here he comes to the inside. The 84 machine of Cody Dorsey trying to make that pass here for 5th place. He's going to have advantage out of the corner, but the 33 is going to get a little bit of run here, but looks like he's going to clear him before they get to 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'm just right up in front of these guys. I don't know if something happened to the 42 of Kevin Winker, but you know, going down the backstretch, he looked like he had Clinton Sneed cleared, and then just coming off a 4, just gave it back to him for some reason. Not sure what happened there. Not sure if he had an issue with the car, but you know, through 1 and 2, Kevin drove it off down there to the bottom and essentially just cleared him in 1 turn. So I wonder if something stuttered on the car or if he's having issues.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's got a little loose there. It's hard to say.
And while that's going on, Malarkey up here, he's knocked off another couple tenths on the race leader, de Blasi.
Yeah, de Blasi now about a 3.6 second gap here, working lap number 30 of 70 here. So not quite halfway yet. You know, now if anybody's looking to make the undercut, now would be the time, if not right before now here. So we'll have to keep an eye, see if anybody comes down pit lane. Only car we've got on pit lane is we still have the 9 machine of Curtis Rogers on pit lane with that damage from earlier.
Yeah, Malarkey is making headway into this lead, but I wonder if he let de Blasi go just a little too much because, coming up with about, 4 or 5 laps to halfway here, you got to be able to make a reason. As he knocked off a bunch that go around, he's down to 3.1, 3.2, so he knocked off 3 or 4 tenths there that lap. But, maybe wonder if maybe he let de Blasi get out there a little bit too soon or too far and not able to reel it back in here at the end of this run.
Yeah, and as I'm looking, it looks like we got a 3-way battle here that's been heating up for the 4th position. The 84 machine of Dorsey was able to get to the inside of Winker, unable to pull off the move here, but now he's gone to the high side. It's going to be on the high side here coming down the front straight. It's going to be a battle going into turn number 1 here for the 4th position. Kevin Winker down the inside. The 33 machine, Josh Clemens, right behind him.
Yeah, a couple laps ago off 4, Winker, he had a big scare, and it backed him up to these guys, and he's in the hornet's nest now.
Yeah, Travis, you may have mentioned of it earlier, him driving it off into 1, as hard as he was, and if it would have any kind of repercussions on the right front, I think we're starting to see that. I wonder if he got it way too hot, and now he's just, he was up there pressing, running with Malarkey, going for 3rd. Now he's back here fighting for his life, about 5th.
Yeah, as you mentioned that Cody Dorsey is able to complete the pass there for the 4th position. Now he's the 42 of Winkers. Looking back, is going to have the 33 of Josh Clemens right behind him as well here. To keep an eye on this, TJ de Blasi up front, still with about a 3.3 second lead here, as Malarkey's times are about a 10th quicker. Clinton Snead actually last time by was the fastest on the board here. So Clinton Snead may be making a late charge here as well.
Looks like we got the 42 of Kevin Winker ducking off the pit road, being our first one on pit road for green flag pit stops.
Kevin Winker's going to bring that 42 machine down here. We're going to take a look here. Should be Sunoco fuel and 4 fresh tires here for the number 42 machine. And he's not here tonight, but as Craig says, a battle within the battle here at the battle off pit road. Can't make any mistakes. This is a hard pit road to get down off the track, especially on older tires. And, to make sure you hit that pit road speed.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm hearing radio chatter over the scanner of, I believe Malarkey's coming down, Clemens is coming down, the 6 of Barker's coming down. Looks like we're going to start this round of green flag pit stops now for the entire field.
Yeah, with these guys coming down, I think it kind of forces de Blasi. He's got to come down the next 2 or 3 laps there, I feel like.
Yeah, as you say that, Justin Malarkey, Josh Clemens, Josh Lockwood, Johnny Barker are all on pit road here. Taking a quick look at their pit stops here. Looks like Malarkey's going to lead that group off. Josh Clemens is going to be right behind him. Take a look at the front here. TJ de Blasi still out front here with about a 4.6 second gap here. You still got TJ de Blasi, Clinton Snead, Cody Dorsey, Rodney Griffin, Brian Skidmore yet to pit here, and it looks like the leader is coming to pit road here.
Oh, if he got that thing woed up in time, I'll be impressed, because he was sideways coming off of 4 there trying to get her woed up.
Yeah, I saw that too. He had his hands full for sure.
Yeah, if he was able to get through this pit cycle and not get a speeding penalty in that first sector, I'll be impressed. I mean, he may have got it woed down enough, but it wouldn't have been by much.
That's what makes this so difficult here, is that transition and then the speed you're trying. You want to carry as much speed as possible, but just a hair too much. Yeah, people talk about all the time, 1 mile an hour will get you caught on speeding on pit road here. That sheriff doesn't mess around with that radar gun.
No, we don't. I'm pretty sure we've all been bopped more than our fair share on numerous pit roads.
So you see Clinton Snead now down on pit road as well. Brought Rodney Griffin in with him. That's only going to leave Cody Dorsey, who's cycled to your leader right now, and Brian Skidmore yet to pit here. De Blasi is cycled to 5th as they run right now, and that's with Clinton Snead and Rodney Griffin on pit road here. So once he's cycled back around, looking the way things look right now, looks like TJ de Blasi will be your leader once everyone pits again.
Yeah, but the one thing I pick up out of this is look how much time Justin Malarkey was able. If it cycles through with no cautions, the way everything is, the gap that Malarkey has now compared to what it was before is probably about half.
Oh yeah, just the lap times and the time spent there on pit road, he's chopped it down to probably at least, like you said, a second and a half.
Yeah, as they run right now, he's 1.13 behind and closing a little bit here right now behind TJ DeBlasi, who's running in third. As we mentioned, Cody Dorsey in the number 84 machine, still yet to pit. He cycled as your current leader. Brian Skidmore, now running in second, is yet to pit as well. TJ DeBlasi, your leader for the first half of this race, and your pole sitter here, now running in third. Looks like we got a machine coming down to pit road. I believe that's the 84 machine of Cody Dorsey. Yes, it is. So Cody Dorsey electing to come in a few laps later here. He's going to pit on lap number 40 out of 70.
Yeah, looking how these things are going to cycle through once the 75 of Brian Skidmore takes her pit side. Biggest loser out of this round was Clinton Sneed. I mean, I believe he was running third there, and it's looking like he's going to be fourth or fifth once everything pans out. So he's going to come back sixth. My apologies. No, fifth. He'll come back fifth. I'll get my counts right here eventually. But, he's come back fifth and way behind the leaders.
Yeah, Cody Dorsey is now completing his cycle on pit road, so he'll be coming back out on track. So that only leaves Brian Skidmore yet on track, yet to pit here, who's your current leader with about a 20-second interval, but that window is closing fast.
The two other guys the undercut helped here is the 42 and the 33. They've really made some time up too. I'm not sure how it's going to pay off for them in the long run. They may lose the time back, but they're pretty much back in contention now if anything were to happen to our leader.
Yeah, you see those two running together. It's Kevin Winker and Josh Clemens there. As you mentioned, they did make up quite a bit of time there. And that's what pushed Clinton Sneed back here to about the sixth position with Brian Skidmore still yet to pit. TJ DeBlasi now in second. Justin Malarkey in the number 73 third. Josh Clemens in the number 33 fourth. Kevin Winker now scored in the fifth position. Clinton Sneed in sixth. This group of pretty much these three cars here are all tightly knit here between Josh Clemens all the way back to Clinton Sneed. Then you've got Cody Dorsey here who just pitted on lap number 40. So about 3 to 5 laps later, running eighth is Rodney Griffin, that number 97 machine. Johnny Barker scored in ninth in the sixth machine. And running the top 10 is Donnie Lyons in the number 79 machine.
Yeah, and as you're going through the field here, the 49 of Clinton Sneed's making a move on the 42 of Kevin Winker. Got around him, got a good run through 3 and 4 there, and was able to complete the pass at about the start-finish line.
So that's going to move Clinton Sneed up to the fifth position now. Directly ahead of him is Josh Clemens here. So I'll just see how these runs go out because, these guys are going to be looking, I'm sure, at that tire data, waiting for the crew chief to tell them how their tires were on that first run to judge how much more they're going to be able to push this car during the second run here.
Yeah, we're getting down to, under 30, about 25 to go next time around. So, you kind of play in your head with the information the crew chief gives you about your tire wear and how many laps was on that tire and try to gauge of, do I go with 10 to go? Do I go with 15 to go? Or do I need to hold off and wait for 5 just to make up the most ground you can before we take the checker flag?
It looks like TJ DeBlasi's opened up that gap a little bit again. It's almost 3 seconds here. This lap time was a 31.27 to Malarkey with 31.49. Clemens 31.50, 52 for Sneed. So DeBlasi pretty fast is faster right there. You've got Malarkey, Clemens, and Sneed all pretty much running the same time here. And looks like the next car back with faster time right now will be the 31.47 with the number 84 machine of Cody Dorsey.
Yeah, I mean, TJ DeBlasi is just putting it on him tonight. And that Furniture Row car, we'll if he pulls this off, we'll have to give him, and he keeps this up, have to give him a good old Mark Truex quote from earlier this year. So, I mean, the way it's going, he's going to be able to quote that one and mean it. So he's just putting it to him tonight.
And looking like Malarkey here, he may be getting ready to have his hands full with Clemens and Sneed as well. They're both on the back door there.
as I say, that the battle's heating up there. Now it will be the second position as we see Brian Skidmore now is on pit road here. Going to keep an eye on this battle here. As you mentioned, you got the battle now for second and third with Justin Lark, Clinton Sneed, and Josh Clemens. Sneed down the bottom side. Clemens was able to get to his door there on the outside here. Battle's going to continue into 3 and 4. A 49 machine of Clinton Sneed to the bottom here.
Yeah, Clinton might get a 2 for 1 here on this lap. He was able to clear Clemens going off into 1 and pulled even with Malarkey down the backstretch and will complete the pass off of 4. Clinton Sneed says, hang on, boys, it ain't over yet. He's rising to the occasion here, and he's showing that, he might have a little bit left in the tank for this last 20, 22 laps.
Well, I know y'all haven't seen it, been in here, a lot for this season or even last, but that's no surprise here to the viewers at home. Clinton Sneed, always late charger here. Had really good runs this season, has had a win this season here. He'll be one of the drivers you'll see, I'm sure, again, in the truck series. Looks like you just saw the 33 machine of Josh Clemens getting to the wall there on the exit of 3 and 4 there. That wall creeps up on you so fast in a run before you realize that you're into it.
Yeah, it looks like it got a little bit harder than the last time earlier.
Yeah, that one, he's going to have some grass on the grill there for sure after cutting off the first section right there. But like you may have mentioned, that wall comes up quick. You're in it. You got your foot in it thinking, okay, I'm going to make it. And, maybe the front tires bobble one little bit. You just a little bit less turn angle, and boom, you're in the wall.
We're going to take a quick commercial break here. You won't miss a minute of the action here. We're going to run a side-by-side commercial, so you'll still be able to see what's going on. We'll be right back with the conclusion of DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown here, Arca Series on Evolution Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, race fans, welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway here as we've got about 18 laps to go here in this Arca Series. DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown. Your leader as they run right now is TJ DeBlasi here at the pole. It's pretty much pulled away here, but running second now is Clinton Sneed. Looks like he's trying to close that gap down a little bit here with Justin Malarkey running third. Josh Clemens in fourth in the number 33 machine, and Kevin Winker running at your top 5 as they run right now.
Just thing on her, just making sure we're good for this time. Travis, you got me? You good?
I got you loud and clear, bud.
Okay, good. Make sure everybody out there watching can hear us. Like you said, Clint Sneed's turning up the fire here. He's chopped into DeBlasi's lead majorly. When we went to commercial, it was up over 3 seconds. Now it's just down to about 2.5 seconds now. Clinton's coming in a hurry. 16 laps to go with the speeds he's running. He's got a chance to get there. Don't know if he can do anything once he gets there, but he's definitely got the opportunity to get there.
Yeah, I've been watching him in 3 and 4. He's running a little bit higher line there, probably 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. It's working out for him right now, but I'm just wondering if he's killing the tires doing it.
Well, while we have a moment here, I don't want to forget to thank our sponsors out there. First and foremost, I want to thank the league sponsors here. Primary sponsor, Delta Cams, been around since 1977. Second generation veteran-owned business, which I'm sure you all know. I say it all the time, is near and dear to my heart. If you've got any camshaft work you need done whatsoever, you might want to reach out to them. Talk to them. Plenty of years experience here. They really take pride in what they do. And one of the things they're really prideful in the fact of their ability to repair almost any camshaft. So, you know, if you're an engine rebuilder, retail sales, repair facilities, or just even high performance enthusiasts, look them up. You can check them out on Facebook at DeltaCam or their website, www.deltacam.com. Great company, always in here watching the broadcast week in and week out, and we thank them for their support as well. Sim Racer Hub, formerly known as Dan Lisa. Any league admins out there would know that name. It's your premier scoring league for any iRacing leagues out there. It allows your drivers to go in, look at the standings, to see where they're running week after week in terms of the championship. They've made many updates to the site. I look forward to seeing what else they can provide us. You know, I use it on a weekly basis. Love it and love the updates they've done so far. You can check them out at www.simracerhub.com. And last but not least is Sneak Competition Designs. You need any web design, any data analysis, or any customized computer programs, check these guys out. They do your basic web design. You put it together, you tell them what you want, and they will deliver the product to you. Make sure you're happy with it. Data, if you having trouble building setups, get in touch with them a little bit. They can analyze your data for you, help you make suggestions for your setup so you can improve your speed or reliability in your setups. And any customized computer program needs you may have, whether it be Excel or Access, they're specialized in that business as well. So you can go check them out at www.sneakcompetitiondesign.com. And as always, I want to thank all the sponsors here for bringing this to the fans each and every week here. They do great things here for not only for this league, but for all of our racing, and we appreciate it.
Don't look now, but if Balassi's looking in his mirror, that 49 is getting mighty big.
Yeah, he's definitely made some big gains here in the past few laps. He's knocked about a second and a half off of it.
Yeah, and you see he's running that just to me it's an offline. You know, he's driving almost dominating the corner through 3 and 4 and just getting a heck of a run down the front straightaway and able to carry that speed through 1 and 2 and make up lots of ground.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a focus here so the viewers at home can see about the gap here with both cars. Is that time by Clinton Snead around a 32.35 to the leader of TJ DeBlasie's 32.46. So he's slowly closing in here. Only 9 laps to go here with a gap of about 1.4 seconds though.
Yeah, give him a couple. We got 9 to go. Give him about 4 more laps and they'll both be in the same shot here because Snead's coming in a hurry.
You've got Snead coming, you've got Clemens closing on Malarkey here. You might have 2 battles going on here in just a few laps.
Yeah, as we look back now, you do see Josh Clemens battling there for that, going to be for that 3rd position from Malarkey. Kevin Winker back in 5th. 6th is Cody Dorsey as he runs. 7th is Rodney Griffin. 8th is Johnny Barker. 9th right behind him is Donnie Lyons. That's another battle that might heat up here in the last 7 laps. As I say that, Donnie Lyons dive into the inside here of Johnny Barker for a battle for that 8th position here. Looks like Johnny Barker's going to be able to fight him off on that high side. And back to 10th now as we got Josh Lockwood. I want to get back up front as quick as possible here. Is that gap now is about 0.8 of a second.
Catching him's one thing, passing him's going to be another, that's for sure. I'm sure he's going to make that car just as wide as possible coming down to the end here.
Oh, for sure, yeah. You know, you said it best. Catching him's one thing, passing him's another. We knew he could get there, but how much has he used up getting there? Is he going to have just that little bit of extra to get around him, or is he going to catch him and stall out?
As the viewers at home can see now, you can see that 49 machine of Snead closing that gap there. We're going to have 5 to go when they hit the line this time by. You see DeBlasie run that low line, as y'all mentioned. Clinton Snead kind of starting in that center lane, working his way to the bottom, maintaining that momentum, getting that great drive off there of 3 and 4. And now he's closed the gap up to about 0.3 of a second.
I suspect when we come back around to the start-finish line, they're probably going to be nose to tail here.
Yeah, you see there, DeBlasie holding the bottom coming off of 2, and Snead letting it wind out there to the wall, and look how much momentum more he's getting. And DeBlasi's giving him the top here. That's interesting. I know he has to see in his mirror where Snead's running. Man, I'd want to get up there and take the line away, take the air away best I could. I wouldn't be giving him a line.
And as you said, this time by, they're going to be side by side going to 1 and 2 here with 4 laps to go. Clinton Snead charging there on the outside, challenging TJ DeBlasi for the lead here. It's going to be neck and neck down the backstretch. Looks like they're going to have a lap car ahead, but Clinton Snead is going to get to the lead here, able to pull it off. If he can hold him off here in 3 and 4, got a lap car just ahead of him here. So we're going to see how this plays into effect.
Oh, DeBlasi got loose there off the floor underneath Snead.
Yeah, I think running that low lane there, I think it's pretty much wore the right rear out on that 78. Oh, we got contact.
Got contact there with the 78 machine and the lap car there. Can't tell exactly who that is trying to get through. Looked like the 19 of Josh Lockwood here. Still green, 3 laps to go here from Texas. Clinton Snead is your leader there. DeBlasi had some contact, still maintaining second, driving with that hood up here. That's going to be a challenge.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's relying heavy on his spotter right now to tell him what exactly is in front of him.
Yeah, popsicle sticks in the air now, and Clinton Snead is out to the lead here. Barring anything crazy happening, he's got a gap of about 4.6 seconds back to DeBlasi, who right now might have a challenge here from Justin Malarkey there, trying to take away that second position, as we're going to have 1 to go this time by.
Yeah, with the amount of damage he's got there, it's gonna be close between Malarkey getting there. I believe he'll probably get to him.
Clinton Snead making his way through 1 and 2 one final time here in the Arca series. As we see, Justin Malarkey is to the inside of DeBlasi. DeBlasi's going to fall back to 3rd. I want to keep an eye up front here. Clinton Snead coming through 3 and 4 the final time.
Yeah, coming off turn 4 here, the 49 Clinton Snead, from dropping back in the first segment to just driving to the front of the second, will be your winner tonight here at Texas, or today at Texas.
No surprise there. Great race here tonight. As I mentioned earlier, Clinton Snead late charge, as we kind of grown accustomed to seeing him do it. Justin Malarkey is going to come home second after a little bit of contact there. The 78 of TJ DeBlasi in a lap car here. That's going to round out your top 3 here tonight. Great race tonight. No cautions. A lot of strategy came into play. As we mentioned, DeBlasi, your pole sitter, got a good jump there. Clinton Snead able to close him down in that second half, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. We wonder if anybody could touch DeBlasi, but there after that pit stop, the race, first half of the race didn't really matter, but the second half is where the strength comes out, and you got to put your money where your mouth is. And Clinton Snead did just that. He said, we're going to ride around for the first half, but second half is go time, and sure enough, he was there and made quick work of him.
I thought with maybe the lead DeBlasi had stretched out there, maybe he was saving a little bit, but the way Clinton closed in on him there.
As we just saw Clinton Snead burning them down for that second victory of the season here in the DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown Arca series here. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with your top 3 interviews and your finishing order here from Texas Motor Speedway.
Folds of honor above my garage 13 years ago, because 90% of spouses and children of killed or disabled U.S. service members receive no federal education assistance. Our mission has never wavered. We honor their sacrifices by educating their legacy.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to you, I will be a construction engineer.
An elementary school teacher.
Thank you for helping me fulfill my dream of going to med school.
We're able to award these scholarships because patriots like you refuse to turn your back on the cost of freedom. Join the Folds of Honor Squadron today. Your $13 a month will help ensure we never turn military families away. This is your call to duty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting the Folds of Honor.
Thanks to people like you, I know my dad is not forgotten.
To build a new website or redesign your existing site, you have two options. You can start by learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SEO, SQL, CMS, well, you get the idea. Or you can be smarter and look for someone who is a professional in web design like Sneed Competition Design. We are experienced in building quality websites for our clients. We always start with strategy and planning to build a clear vision about what you need. Your website will then be passed on to the design and development phase, where we will ensure that you get a fully responsive design that is easy to use regardless of any device using the latest tools in web development. Contact us today, and let's talk about accelerating your business to the next level by creating a complete online solution.
All right, race fans, welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. The conclusion of DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown series here on Evolution Racing Network. Overall, great race tonight. As we mentioned earlier, a lot of race strategy came into play here. Very fun race. Saw some movement there all throughout the field. Saw Josh Clemens charge back up towards the front. Saw Clinton Sneed there with that long second run, able to make his way up to the front and take the lead away.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we made mention of it at the top of the broadcast of, you know, tire wear, tire strategy, fuel strategy, and we've seen it all. You know, we had some guys, had the 42 of Kevin Winker come in earlier than everybody, and Josh Clemens, and then had the, I believe it was the 84 and the 75 of the guys stay out there and run it long. And you know, to each their own with the strategy, and so, you know, it played out for everybody, and like I said, the biggest winner from that one was Clinton Sneed.
Well, we're going to go and talk to our top three here in finishing tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway. I'm going to start with your pole sitter and early leader there, TJ DeBlasi. TJ, this is Michael and David up in the booth. You got a copy? Well, pole tonight led the first 3/4 of the race there. Late charge by Clinton Sneed. A little bit of a dust up there towards the end. Overall, great run tonight. I know it was not quite what you were looking for, but, you know, how was the car out there tonight, and how did it change throughout the runs here?
It was good at the beginning. It was extremely loose. I think that played to my advantage. I think the looser it was, the better I was, and the worse everybody else was, and that helped me out big time. And then, you know, once I got the big lead, I was able to just manage my gap and stay there. And then we all pitted, and as soon as I came off pit road, it was instantly tighter. Like, we were on lap 15, 20 of the first run, so I think I lost a little advantage there. Clinton was on one lap newer tires, so I think the little bit of tightness that came to the track and lap newer, he was able to run me down.
Yeah, it was really amazing to watch you during that first run. You just built a gap, and you just kept pulling away. You know, longer the run, and, you know, I'm sitting here looking and going, well, you know, how was it? It was very impressive because, you know, knowing the tire wear at this track, and you were able to just consistently pull away that whole first run. Next week, going to Daytona. How do you feel about Daytona?
Stay out of trouble. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, Daytona's always a gamble. Either it's a good night or a bad night. Hardly ever is there anything, you know, really in between. But, you know, wish you best of luck next week and the rest of the season here. Before we let you go, though, we always give the microphone here, give you a chance to give any shout-outs, thank yous to any sponsors, family members, anybody you want. The microphone's all yours.
Good, man. You guys have a good night. I'll see you in the truck race.
All right, TJ, good luck tonight in the truck race. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you there as well.
Sounds good.
Well, there you heard it. Third place finisher here tonight. Strong run early, able to pull it off. Clinton Sneed, though, you know, as he mentioned, the cars being loose really paid to his benefit there.
Yeah, he made that very apparent in the first half of this race. You know, he was just, it looked like his tires didn't wear at all. So he was really happy with the loose handling race car there because he was just stepping away from the field. And he made mention of it tightening up after the pit stop, getting the rubber down the tracks, and, maybe the air pressures weren't set just right to his liking for that second set. And, that hurt him there on the long run.
Yeah, it hurt him there a little bit on the long run there. Maybe the car's just with the weather changing, it just tightened up here, and it really affected it. Long run, Clinton Snead just had the game plan here tonight, and we're talking about it. Let's go ahead and talk to our second place finisher here tonight, and that would be Justin Malarkey. See if we can get a word with him.
I know that problem. Like, people bounce out.
Justin.
Hey, Justin, it's David and Michael up in the booth. You got me?
Oh, no, not David.
Oh, yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Oh, I was doing good till I hear your voice. What's going on?
I'm on this side of the windshield just now, so we're good now.
Oh no, I still have trying nightmares of Homestead with you. Just pulling away. Like, why is he going away from me? He's supposed to be getting closer.
That's pretty much what Clinton did tonight to the field. TJ Balassi got out there in front of everybody and was doing that, and then Clinton there on the last run. You stayed pretty consistent all night. Give us your thoughts on the race tonight.
Yeah, I stayed consistently very loose on this track. I tried. Clinton was like Mr. Outside line, and he had it going, and he ran down the leader up on the outside. It was pretty impressive to watch. I tried going up there and was slower, so got to figure that out. But yeah, consistency is all pretty much what you can do. You can't win everything. You just got to finish as best you can, get the best out of the car, and learn and move on.
For sure, I made mention during the broadcast of you being one of the guys to set back, save the tires, and then come on there at the end. How much tire saving were you doing, and just how did the tires look there after that first run?
Honestly, I didn't get to check where they were at, but like you said, around lap 20, 25, I felt like I was running down the 78, and then we got to 35. I'm like, I better short pit, and it kept staying loose for me. Everyone else seemed like they were tightening up from what I heard on the chatter after the race, but I just felt like I never got tighter, and I just could not really run anywhere. So, I don't know. Good job to those guys.
Yeah, the car that you can't put anywhere to tighten up, that's no fun to handle at all. You got Daytona next week. What's your, it's always a gamble. It's always the wild card race, so to say. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, you're going to jump in and go 3 wide for 20 laps in a row again with me like we did that one time at Dega?
No, I'm not doing that one again. I can't. No, I didn't breathe for 20 laps. My hands hurt, and yeah, we're not doing that one again.
No, every time I come here, I always say I'm going to hang out in the back and chill, and then I always end up jumping to the outside lane and running up there, and then I usually get in a wreck. So I think I'm really going to try it this time. Chill and see what happens. It'll probably go caution-free, no wrecks, and I'll finish last.
Nah, I'm sure when it's go time, 5-10 to go, I know you'll jump up on the wheel and go there. So I mean, you're good there. You may mention the race we had last season in another league, 3 wide for 15, 20 laps. So, well, like I said, good run tonight, second place. Should help you in the point standing just a little bit. Should hopefully maybe move you to second. Should the couple spin us in 2 spots in front of Clemens, you may be jump him or come even. But before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to thank or shout outs to sponsors or family members?
Yeah, shout out to you guys for doing all this. I know you guys put on a good show with the broadcast, and Michael with the Sheffield graphics, and Delta Cams. I know they do a lot with the league. So thanks to those guys, and thanks to everyone else watching back home.
Well, man, we'll let you get out of here. Go enjoy that second place finish, and we look forward to talking to you at Daytona next week.
All right, see you, champion.
Later, man.
Well, there you heard it. Your second place finisher here, Justin Malarkey, and as you can all tell by now, there's a history there with him and David. So great run from him tonight, though.
But good history, though. It's not a bad history. It's a good history between us. Well, but it's nice to see him, doing good here and pulling off a second place finish tonight.
Well, now, without further ado, we're going to go down and talk to your race winner here tonight, Clinton Snead in the number 49 machine. See if we can get a word in with him. Hey, Clinton, this is Michael and David up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, I would say it's a surprise, but it's not. I said coming in here earlier in the broadcast, You've been good late long runs here. Saw TJ be able to pull away there and gap pretty well in the first, half of the race, but there in the second half, you were able to charge forward and take the lead, and then unfortunately you got caught up in a little dust up there. But how was the car feeling tonight? And what was your strategy there? Comparing the first run to the second run.
Yeah, I mean, the balance was loose all night long. A little bit better, a little bit tighter on the second run, but really loose on exit of both corners, and you just really had to be mindful of the throttle and not break the back loose, but also not lose a bunch of time. So yeah, TJ drove away from all of us there on that first run, and honestly, by the time pit cycles rolled around, I had pretty much given up on catching him. I figured he was gone because I kind of thought that once he put on 4 new tires that he'd just drive away even more. So I did a little bit of strategy there for points and stayed out and got a lap lead to grab that bonus point. And, maybe it ended up working out for me. I came out and had better tires than those guys and was able to get up to second there relatively quickly. And, yeah, I just started clicking off laps. I started really using the high line of 3 and 4 to make some time up there, and yeah, clicked off laps, and I think TJ made a couple of little mistakes, and luckily we kept the 4 tires under us for the most part, and we were able to run them down.
Well, I'll get it right this week. Once again, congratulations on bringing that number 49 Sim Racer Hub Lexus to victory lane here tonight. Next week is the words either drivers like or dislike. Daytona. How do you feel going into there?
Oh, man. Yeah, Daytona, you either love it or you hate it. It's always a challenge. You just try to stay out of trouble and do what you can to be there at the end. I don't. If there is a magic strategy to it, I haven't figured it out, and so you've just got to, keep the nose clean and be there at the end. Obviously, we didn't do that at Talladega, so that's a rough was a rough week for us, points wise anyway. So, maybe we'll be a little better at Daytona. Obviously, we got a tight points battle here going here with Justin and some other guys. So, we'll just show up and see what we can get in this Sim Racer Hub Lexus.
Well, as you mentioned, the points battle there, you had the lead coming in. This win is definitely going to help you maintain that and that extra bonus point for leading a lap. So good job on that tonight. I know we'll see you again tonight in the truck series. But before we let you go, as always, we're going to give you the microphone here, let you give any shout outs, thank yous. I love you to family members, sponsors. The microphone's all yours, Clinton.
Yeah, first off, thanks to you guys at Evolution Racing Network for putting on a great broadcast each and every week. Thanks to John at Delta Cam. Awesome company, awesome guy. They stepped on to be the title sponsor for the Thursday night Throwdown this season. Also, thanks to Sim Racer Hub and Sneak Competition Design and Freshly Picked Design Company for being on board the old number 49. We'll see him again here in a little while on the truck. And yeah, thanks to all the racers for showing up and supporting our series. And we're going to keep chugging along and make it a little better every season. And yeah, hope to talk to you guys again after the truck race.
Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you again later on tonight, Clinton. And once again, great job here tonight. Great race overall. No cautions out there tonight. As always, great competitive racing here. A lot of different strategy. Enjoy it always. And as you mentioned, hopefully get a chance to talk to you here soon.
Yeah, thanks, Michael.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too.
Well, there you heard it from the winner. Change his strategy up. paid off big dividends there in the long run.
Yeah, he made mention he had kind of rode off going for the win and was going to be content going for a second, just have a good points night and get out of here. And then, when we talked to TJ there, he said, that second set of tires is really tightening him up. And I'm pretty sure everybody throughout the field was talking about being a little bit looser. I mean, Clinton made mention he was loose. Malarkey said he was wrecking loose all night. So, Clinton used that to his advantage, and TJ made a couple mistakes there towards the end, and Clinton capitalized.
Well, Travis, your impressions here tonight, your first ARCA race to watching over here. How'd you think? Good racing here tonight, isn't it?
Oh yeah, great show. Battles all over the racetrack all night. Clinton, I was kind of questioning what he was doing there with the high lane in 3 and 4. We saw a couple guys use it in practice. Apparently he had it figured out because he definitely ran him down there.
Well, we're going to do a quick rundown on your official results here. As we just interviewed Clinton Sneed, your winner here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway in the ARCA Series. Justin Malarkey finished in second. TJ DeBlasi, your pole center early leader there, coming home third. Fourth is Josh Clemens, the number 33 machine. Fifth was Kevin Winker, the number 42. Sixth was Cody Dorsey in the number 84.
Seventh was Rodney Griffin in the 97. Eighth, Johnny Baker in the 6. Donnie Loins in the 79, finishing ninth. Rounding out your top 10, Brian Skidmore in the 75. Sorry, I'll get it right. Finishing 10th. Josh Lockwood finishing 11th in the 19, and Curtis Rogers had that early incident catching the wall. Will round out your field in 12th.
Well, as we mentioned, this is the first of the doubleheader here tonight on Thursday night, as always. On the DeltaCam.com presents Thursday Night Throwdown on Evolution Racing Network. We're going to be back here shortly, right around 9:25 here, to start your coverage for the Truck Series race here tonight. Well, you'll see quite a few of these drivers here running in that series as well. So a little extra practice for them, you could say, here coming from the ARCA Series.
For sure, you'll be able to take over. They'll be able to say whatever, take some takeaways from the ARCA Series and be able to hopefully transfer that over to the trucks.
Well, for David Edwards and Travis Everett, this is Michael Sheffield, ERN booth. Look forward to seeing you as we go live here in about 25 to 30 minutes here on Evolution Racing Network. I'll catch you then.
Later, guys.